They go to your boss. This is some dude who doesn't have a clue. And they go up to him and they say, hey, I hear you like steak. I love steak. We should go to filet mignon. Now this costs them maybe 200 bucks. They take this dude out to steak. They take him to some strip joint. In New York, there's plenty. You got Scores, whatever. He's basically got everything he wants. He could do coke off the back of a stripper for an hour. And afterwards, he comes in, he says, we're buying product ZY. It's awesome. Use it. And he walks back in his office, wipes the coke off his nose, and goes back to doing what he was doing. Now, I'm not saying anyone I worked with did that. They're actually very good people. But this is really common, that the way technology sales works, it exploits a flaw in our system. The people in charge have no clue about technology, and they respond to things like steak and strippers. Okay? Now, for the women in here, this is one of the reasons why I want women to be in charge. Okay? They're less, I know some women actually steak and strippers might work on, but no. They're less susceptible to this. You want, hey, you like steak? Oh, no, no, I don't. How about strippers? No, dude, get out. Right? All right. So here's the deal, is your boss doesn't know anything. And this is just kind of a generational thing. Okay? The people at the very, very top are usually an MBA, right? They're usually trained in manufacturing technologies, right? They're clueless about technology. And they never believe you, ever. And they're almost always driven by something externally. You're driven by code and tech and purity of the craft, and they're driven by stock prices and whatever's on their BlackBerry and the car that drove by, and then, oh, whether someone's doing this. And they got total ADD in a total different direction, okay? So there's millions on the line. What do? How do you fight the monster? Well, first thing I'm going to say is you got to get in charge, okay? Eventually, we want people who, okay, don't do the thing that every other person does that's in tech and gets tired of it and goes, you know, but those business guys have had a great time. I'm going to get my MBA. So what happens when you get an MBA is they give you a lobotomy, right? And before you walked in going, wow, the technical solution to this is going to be great. And you walk out and you go, synergy, 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 right? I don't know if that'll work in this space. Synergy, right? I mean, that's it. So don't do that. Don't get an MBA. Get something totally different, but get in charge. Or if you get an MBA, remember that it's going to suck your brain out. All right. Management knows manufacturing. All of business education is about manufacturing. I set up an assembly line and I make cars or toasters or DVDs even, anything like that. I can take a manufacturing line and I got it so efficient and so robotic, I can move it to Asia, I can move it to India, I can move it to South America, South Africa, anywhere I want. And I can have the same thing running and produce the exact same technology and exact same product, okay? But that's not what you do. When they think in terms of what you're working, they think it's you're assembling things to make a bit of software. They think it's utilization, assembly process, return on investment. Return on investment is an old idea from manufacturing. It's not something that should be in tech. Okay, there is no return on investment in a lot of the technology that's used in companies. It's totally a loss. I mean, you just spend money because your competitor is. It's bullshit. Programming is not manufacturing. Okay, this is the thing. You're going to go work in an environment where they think you're worker bees on an assembly line, but that's completely not true. It's actually more like journalism. So you have editors that kind of make a paper, and they get a bunch of people to collaborate and make the paper. Okay, film, cabinetry. I just threw that in because it's weird. Music. I don't know. Does anyone do cabinetry? Am I right? No. Okay. So what to do? Here's my strategy. I'm going to give you like 6 things because I started at 0, and things you can do. Kind of keep them in mind when you go to work. You're actually maybe going to be too low on the totem pole, but keep them in mind, right? How much time I got? Cool. So first, understand your problem. It's 0, but it's first. If you understand the difference between ordinal and cardinal numbers, you'll realize why this actually is the year 2008. Anyway, it's social. Nobody trusts you. Nobody in business trusts you because they don't know what you do. They think you sit there all day, right? Seriously, I've always wanted to try this. And have all the programmers just, they're kind of sitting there. Anytime the manager comes in, get up and go, oh my God! Are you done with this yet? I don't know, oh my God! Set a garbage can on fire, whatever. Right? The manager will walk in and go, oh, they seem to be doing great! And then walk out. Right? Because they think nothing's going on. They don't really see that people are working very hard, that it's a very internal process that they can't watch. It's an artistic internal process, right? They can look at the output, they can't control it. And this is the statement I tell everyone. The management says, I demand all of your creativity, but trust none of your judgment. Okay? So this means they go, I want you to solve this problem. And you come in and go, here's this really weird solution you'll never understand. They go, I don't trust any of your judgment. Get away from me. Buy it from Microsoft. according to a corporation, you are a factory worker, all right? How many people have more than 4 years of education in here? Right? Who's pushing 6? Adrian, you can't raise your hand, man. I already know. The guy in front of you, right in front of you. Is your name Adrian too? Okay, that's Adrian. How about 10? Who's got about 10 years? Okay, there's 1 or 2 people. Okay, it don't matter. Factory workers. Seriously, you could be popping a rivet in a factory somewhere in Detroit. I don't know, do they even pop rivets in factories in Detroit anymore? The general attitude, and they're going to be nice about it in some companies and mean about it in others, but it's like, you know, shut up and do as you're told. That's pretty much what they want you to do. And be creative, but they want you to be creative or you're going to get fired. So it's this contradiction. It's like I said, I demand all your creativity, but trust none of your judgment, okay? And you fill out timesheets all day long, like you're punching a clock. But yeah, I mean, people work some hours. Creativity is a weird thing. It doesn't have a daytime hours or whatever. I get some of my best ideas 2 a.m. or in the shower. I mean, it's weird, right? So the business leaders don't really like you, okay? Because they need you and they don't understand anything you do, right? They just don't really like you. They have to keep you around because they know they can't build the stuff they want to build by themselves, right? It's depressing. And the salespeople know this. They know if they go to your boss, right, and they give him steak and strippers, and he's like, oh, somebody I can trust who wants money. I'm going to buy their product. I've had guys walk up, and I'll walk in my office, there's like this box. And I go, what the hell's that? And they go, you should use this. Oh, what is it? It makes portlets. Okay, how much do you spend on that? $30,000. It's like, that's 2 interns. I could have got 2 smart cats from college to come in and write this thing for me. Yeah, but this I had to pay for. So they trust someone they can buy, right? They trust a box. I put something in a box, and then I can buy it. They don't trust you. You're not in a box. Although, I don't know. You might, yeah, you look like a box guy, right?